Beyond the Sea.
That's right. Local author Devin Palladino joining us this morning, taking readers on a journey around the world while also bringing awareness to kids in the foster system. So thank you so much for waking up early and joining us this morning. I know you've been on in years past, but could you share a little bit about your background before we get into the story and the summary of this new book?
Yes, ma'am. So I've always dreamed about being a somebody and being able to make an impact. And, you know, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, it's a city that doesn't really have as many opportunities. And I was always kind of told what I could and couldn't do. And, you know, by the time I turned 12, my mother had lost custody of me, and my father was already in prison. So I had to kind of navigate my way around in the foster care system. And, you know, my original dream was to be a professional basketball player. My two biggest idols were Fred VanVleet and Derrick Rose.
Okay,
so,
those are good idols.
you know, I wanted to be a big-time basketball player, but unfortunately, I wasn't that good. So after I graduated high school, I moved to Tampa, and my goal was to walk on at HTC. I was an enrolled full-time student. And, you know, I had a writing professor, and he had me write a 3-page paper on overcoming adversity. And I wrote it, I turned it into him, and he pulled me aside. He said, "Hey, you have a really good story. You should try and become a writer one day." And he told me, like, "Have you ever thought about writing a book?" I was like, I don't know. I've never written a book before. I don't know if I can do that. So he told me, just sit down, take some time, and try and write it. And so I spent that summer typed away. 391 pages later, I wrote it, self-published it, and here I am today with 4 books later. So,
wow.
So with about a minute left, this is not your first book, Dreaming Big Beyond the Sea, but this is about, it brings in a lot of things, but it's about travel. It also focuses on kids in the foster system. We go to 7 continents in this book. Tell us why travel is so critical to this story.
So I felt like travel is the best way to get people to dream, to like see a bigger picture. And when I first came here, I had never traveled before, but I was meeting students from around the world, and that kind of gave me a bigger picture of traveling and just how cool that would be to see around the world. So I kind of, you know, wanted to write a story, and eventually I worked hard and was able to start traveling on my own, and just wanted to put in a story for kids to try and dream big and see the bigger picture and see a world and not try to limit themselves because of where they come from. And, you know, it's a bigger world out there than what you're going through.
We were just great message.
We were just looking at pictures of you signing the book, some of your travel adventures yourself. I know those kind of inspired and influenced the book. Is there a place that you've been that really sticks out to you that you wanted to make sure made it into the book?
All of them. I'd say all of them. I loved all of them, but I would probably have to say my favorite one was probably Japan. That was really cool, getting to see a different part of the world, and, you know, just the culture and the experience is just so cool seeing that. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make sure, like, you know, in the story, you know, you don't want to like try and like limit yourself too much. Just try and like experience different things and try new things.
Absolutely. Very quickly, where can we get your book?
So it's on Barnes & Noble, it's at Walmart, and it's on Amazon.
Okay.
So.
Devin Palladino.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.